Hi, beautiful people. It's Dr. Samantha Benjamin Allen, board certified in physical medicine and rehabilitation, here to talk to you quickly about sciatica. Sciatica is a major issue for a lot of people, very uncomfortable, makes life miserable. So I want to talk about it just a little bit and give you some tips to help you live a little better while you're dealing with it, okay? Now, I want you to think about the spine as a centipede, okay? So when you look at a centipede, you see its body in the middle, and then you see all of those little legs coming out on either side, right? So think of our spine, which our back, like the centipede. So all those little legs coming out on either side are nerves, okay? So sciatica is a condition of the lower back where the sciatic nerve is being impinged either by a herniated disc, because our spine has multiple vertebrae that are stacked on top of each other, and in between each of those vertebrae is a disc to help cushion that space so that when we're walking or running or jumping, the bones aren't banging against each other. And there's also a hole called a foramen where each of those little legs exit, or nerves exit, right? So if there's a herniated disc in between those two vertebrae, and the space where the nerve needs to exit, or the leg of the centipede needs to come out, and that disc is squeezing that leg or that nerve, it will cause pain, and that pain will radiate down to the area that that nerve is responsible for sending signals for our sensation. Okay, that's the easiest way I can explain it. So sciatica is a condition where the lower back either has an issue maybe with a herniated disc impinging on that nerve, or the bones are either overgrown, or there's a bone spur, or a piece of bone that is impinging on that nerve, and it causes a lot of pain in that lower back going down the buttock and the back of the leg. And for many, it helps prevents them from walking and really just functioning in their everyday life, or functioning with a lot of pain, which is very uncomfortable. So what can we do about it? Now, staying hydrated is actually a major thing that helps with our discs and pain management, because if we are dehydrated, those discs can actually become dehydrated and that space can get tighter. So stay hydrated with a lot of water. But the other things are, initially, like if it's the first couple days, you can use ice packs on the area. If it's beyond 3 days, you can start using heat, okay, to help relax the muscles, because they can get very tight and they respond by kind of contracting up real tight because the pain is so much and you get stiff. But sciatica will only get worse if you don't move. So if you stay inactive when you have sciatica and think you need to lay in bed all day because it hurts too much, it's only going to get worse. So remember what I just said. Do not be inactive when you have sciatica, okay? Now, physical therapy is very important because you will learn the exercises and the stretches to do that will help your sciatica. This is what works long term. Medications can help temporarily, but they're not going to be a long-term solution. So don't look to that to be your solution to your sciatica. The therapy and the exercises that you need to do to strengthen your core, to improve your range of motion, and to strengthen your lower back is what's really going to help you in the long run. Okay, so even if you go to therapy and you finished your course, maybe you did 6 weeks, a couple days a week, you still need to do your home program and continue maintaining your mobility and your strength once you get better. And a lot of people, when they get better, they stop doing the things they need to do to stay better, and they end up with sciatica again. Or maybe they move inappropriately and lift something in a poor biomechanical fashion, and then they throw their back out, like people like to say, or that disc shifts and there we are back at square one. Okay, so that's why it's important to have a physical medicine and rehab doctor on your team, because a lot of people will go in for sciatica, and if they go to their regular doctor, they might just prescribe the medications, like ibuprofen to leave, aspirin a couple days, and that's it. But that's not what's going to help long term. Okay, now I do have videos posted on my Instagram at freedomwellnessdoc for exercises to do for herniated disc or low back pain. So that might be helpful if you want to check that out. That's really just my personal wellness journey. It's not necessarily specifically rehab Instagram, but the videos are there now because that's the easiest way for me to get them to you. But eventually I will get exercises on YouTube. All right, so I hope that was helpful, and I'll put some more information in the comments so that you can kind of absorb it that way and know what you can do to help with your sciatica. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yes, there are more invasive things that you can do if it's really severe and you've tried everything else and it's just not working. So steroids can be very helpful, injections, or even a steroid pack if it's an acute flare. But of course, you take all medications or interventions medicine-wise as advised by a physician, okay? Though I'm a doctor, I'm not your doctor. So you want to do that under the advice of a physician, okay? And I think that's it for now. The last resort is surgery, and I do not advise this. If at all possible, try to avoid that. But if in some severe cases, it might be necessary depending on the reason, people are having the sciatica or how severe the damage is in the back. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of tips there. Hope you have a great day. All right. Bye-bye.